Hey folks, Harrison Wellman here, back at it once again for a brand new video for you. Welcome to Dre Talks, episode 12. I haven't done one of these in a while, and the last time I did one of these, it went down pretty well. Once again, I had to turn up my aggression like I sometimes do. I was about to say normally do, but Dre Talks is a show where I just tend to talk about things that aren't necessarily sporting related, featuring games I don't normally play. And in this episode, I'm annoyed. Again. And unfortunately, it's with a lot of the people who are watching this video right now. A lot of you probably innocent bystanders. The majority of you more than likely. But it's to do with the F1 community at large at the moment. And right now, when we should be having our greatest moment at Eurogamer, when we're all getting together, having a happy, positive time, instead, we're being negative. And I'll be totally honest here, acting like children. And unfortunately, some of you guys are children, but it's an unfortunate situation that's developed. For those guys who don't know the story and what's happened on Twitter and whatnot, it was revealed that Alex Gillen and Alex Ziafro were playing F1 2013 on Steam. Now, obviously, that's a problem because F1 2013 doesn't come out until next Friday, October the 4th. So they clearly had a copy of the game early. Now, the story goes is that the guys at Codemasters, the community guys, Luke Spring, Lee, I think his name's Lee Matthews, I think they call him Big Lee on Twitter. Yeah, I'm just getting your name here. Yeah, Lee Williams, sorry. No offense if you're watching, Lee. Sorry I got your surname wrong. But Codemasters had 4 copies of F1 23 as codes on Steam to give out to people. And they gave the 4 Steam codes to the 4 people who they invited to play the game early at Goodwood. And I believe those 4 people were Into the Barrier, Alex Ziafro, Alex Gillen, and Game Riot. Those were the 4 guys. So, by the looks of things, they've given those 4 Steam codes to those 4 guys to play the game early because they just happened to have them. And they gave them out. Now, the first thing I said when I heard about this was, ooh, that's going to be a community splitter. And that's exactly what's happened, where I think a lot of people have taken it upon themselves to be angry, and they've sent angry tweets towards the guys at Codemasters. They've ranted and raved on the internet in general, acting like it's unfair, or like it's some kind of negative action that Codemasters has done. And I think that's out of order. I think it's bullshit, to be honest with you. I'd like to think some of us in this community are better than that. Now, I know it sounds like I'm being all high and mighty at the moment and acting like it, but quite frankly, some of us in this community needs to start setting a better example. I mean, I've always spoke about how this community could be something great, and there's always little pieces of shit in the background that keeps letting the ground picture down. And it keeps popping up every couple of months. First it was Athlete and Mickey Motions, then it was Mickey Motions and me. Then it was Alex Armageddon trolling everybody, and hopefully that situation's now been resolved. I had a chance to speak to him on Skype the other day, and he was very well behaved, well mannered, and a good kid. But the thing is I can't believe some of the things I was seeing on here, and I'm really disappointed, to be honest, because I feel like we're better than that as people. Now, I'm not saying Codemasters are totally blameless here. Handing out 4 copies of a game early, which a lot of people are excited for, when you know you have a strong level of interaction with the community, is going to split hairs and it's going to tick some people off. It's inevitable when you're in a community that's maybe 50 to 100 guys or more. With only 4 guys, and ironically 4 of the biggest, over 150,000 subscribers between all of them, because Game Writer's main channel's got over 100,000 at the moment. Congratulations to Squaddy, by the way, good guy, great friend. But at the moment, it seems to be that a lot of people were acting out of anger, were tweeting things that were silly, that were nonsensical, and it's disappointing. it's really disappointing, because what people don't realise is that by doing this, you're ruining it for everybody else. People also need to realise review copies of games get handed out early all the time. It's common practice in the gaming industry. Reviewers get games early. They review them to put them on their website because it's good marketing for the developers. Okay? They get the game out there, they get the review up on the Tuesday, they generate hits, that makes them money, and if it's good promotion, the game will inevitably sell more copies because people have read their reviews. Why do you think IGN dominate the gaming sector so much when it comes to journalism and broadcasting, when it comes to gaming? IGN fly the flag because they've been doing that shit for years. And it's common practice that bigger sites and bigger publishers get these games early. The fact that Codemasters even talks to us, the F1 community, and, you know, interacts with us, and, you know, is willing to answer all our questions, you know, get in touch with them, like, they're available over Twitter, and, you know, they interact with us as people, and, you know, they're good folks. The people at Codemasters have treated me very nicely indeed, put me up on their website, gave me a community spotlight. I owe a lot to Codemasters. They've made brilliant racing games over the years. I owe a lot to them. The fact that they even care about us, the F1 community, quite frankly, is something we should not take for granted, because most gaming developers don't give a shit about people like us. They don't. You know, do you think Sony give a damn about any of the top-level Gran Turismo players like Val dudes out there? They don't care one dot. They don't give a shit. The fact that Codemasters even talks to us as people and gets involved with us and, you know, gives us YouTubers a chance to shine, to promote ourselves, to, you know, to get a chance to grow our channels and work with us is an amazing thing, and it's something we should not abuse. It's something we should use and harness to our full potential to make us all bigger, to give us all bigger channels. We all make more money, they get more attention for their games, we all grow, everybody wins, there's no downside. Now, don't get me wrong, handing it out to 4 people is going to tick people off, and that's Codemasters' fault. But why would they keep 4 beta codes? Why would they keep 4 early access codes there for no reason? Give them to the 4 guys that's helped them get their game out there. Because, believe it or not, those videos from Alex Zaffaro, Alex Gillen, Game Riot, Into the Barrier of their gameplay being up on YouTube, that's going to make them sell more copies of the game. Because it's out there on YouTube in front of channels that have 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. In Into the Barrier's case, 35,000 subscribers. That's a huge market. Into the Barrier's channel is twice as big as Codemasters' own F1 channel itself. It's good for business. And that's why Codemasters did it. Not to mention, like I said, they've already spoken to those 4 guys and they've already worked with them before in previous projects. So it makes sense that they got the copies of the games. I mean, I saw some of the tweets, and again, it's the same names, and you've probably seen it as well if you're active on Twitter and whatnot. But it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense that people are acting angry, like we're entitled to something. Guys, we don't know how good we've got it in this current situation, let alone saying like, oh, where's my early copy, or why can't I play the game early, and why was there only 4 codes, blah, blah, blah. Guys, you're acting like spoilt brats. Seriously, it's not worth it. And quite frankly, you're ruining it for everybody else. We as a community need to act better than this, because we are better than this, or I'd like to think that the majority are better than this. And, you know, to a degree, I'm stooping to that extent by making this video. But quite frankly, something needs to be said, and this is my avenue of doing so. And I'm sure you guys out there can respect that. Seriously, we need to set a better example for ourselves, because by doing that, I saw a tweet from Lee earlier that said that it's probably going to ruin it for other people. Like, hang on, I'll find the quote. He's just saying, like he said here, and I quote, "If anything, people's actions tonight are going to jeopardize that whole thing now because of the way they acted." Like, seriously, we're ruining it for ourselves here, and that's out of order. I mean, it's just nonsense. Like I said, we're better than this. You know, there's an embargo out there as well. Those guys are not getting an advantage in any way by having those games out there. There's still an embargo on gameplay and videos and whatnot until the game actually comes out. So they're not getting an advantage for these YouTubers that are worrying about, oh, they're going to get all the video attention. Guys, they're going to anyway because their channels are huge. They have 10, 7, 30,000 plus subscribers. Of course they're going to have an advantage because right off the bat they're sending their footage out there to a larger audience than most people do. Yes, it sucks for the smaller channels, but there's no fair way of doing this for everybody because YouTube isn't fair. And I know it sounds bad because I've got 3,000 plus subscribers myself and I'm in one of the bigger positions here when it comes to the F1 community. But I'm just telling you guys how it is. It's not fair, it's not balanced, it's YouTube. It never will be fairly balanced. We can try, and we can try as hard as we might, but it's just not how the internet works, especially on YouTube, which is a system that favours the massive channels. I've said it before in videos, it favours the big guys. We just have to work harder. It's as simple as that. And I know that, and don't get me wrong, from a personal standpoint, yes, I'm a little bit gutted that I wasn't chosen, I didn't get a game early. I couldn't have done anyway, because I'm not even on Steam, and my laptop's not good enough to play games properly. But you get my point. Maybe it's a little bit of my ego kicking in here thinking, yes, I have 3,300 subscribers. Where's my copy of F1 2013? Because I know people have acted like that on the internet. But, quite frankly, we need to put the egos and put the anger to one side and realise what we are right now and what we're doing with ourselves. Because, quite frankly, what happened today with the reaction and the backlash to this makes us all look like school kids. And like I said, it makes everybody look worse, unfairly, and that's wrong. And I don't want to sit here and accept that because my good name and, my reputation on YouTube could possibly get hurt and opportunities could be taken away from me because of other people that's got nothing to do with me. And I think that's out of order, and that's even worse for all of the good people out there on YouTube and people sending Alex Gillen abuse and Zaffro abuse and all that and Game Riot. It's bullshit. You guys are making it even worse. And, quite frankly, it's got to stop. And it's got to stop now. So, it's seriously, lead by example, people. Treat people how you'd want to be treated. I shouldn't even be telling you this because it's common sense. Okay? I'm done. Seriously. I love this community, and I love the people around it, and I'm going to enjoy the crap out of Eurogamer this weekend. But seriously, this makes us all look bad, and we as YouTubers should and could be better than this. I'm sure you've seen how other communities in gaming react, and we should be able to set a better example. And quite frankly, all we're doing at the moment is letting ourselves down. I've been Harrison101. Sorry for interrupting Grid Week. It will continue tomorrow. Until then, sayonara.
He managed to dictate the race, and absolutely no one could keep up with his pace.